I am back with my favourite film series, and today I am talking about Hot Fuzz. Why am I reviewing Hot Fuzz, I hear you ask? Well, Hot Fuzz celebrates its 10th anniversary this week, so there's pretty much no better time to review it than now. So Hot Fuzz is directed by Edgar Wright and it stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and it is the second film in the unofficial Cornetto trilogy. It came after Shaun of the Dead and Before the World's End. It's a story of Sergeant Nicholas Angel, who is pretty much the greatest police officer that's ever lived ever. In fact, he is so good, his higher ups at the Metropolitan Police Service actually forced him to go into the countryside to be a sergeant in this very small town called Sanford, because he's making every single police officer in London look really bad. So Angel goes off to Sanford and it's really quiet, he can't really fit in that well until some deaths start rocking the town and everyone's writing them off as accidents, but not Nicholas Angel. He smells something funny. So he, along with his new partner Danny, played by Nick Frost, are following the breadcrumbs trying to find out what the hell is going on in this town. Like I just said, Hot Fuzz came after Shaun of the Dead, and Edgar Wright's fast-paced direction returns from that film to Hot Fuzz. There's lots of quick editing, fast cuts, but it's not done in a way where it's trying to hide poor filmmaking. It's done deliberately and to enhance what's going on. It's not like overdone though. It's not like Taken 3 where they use like 8 different camera shots to show someone climbing over a fence. Yeah, it's not that bad. Every time it's done in a very stylish way and you can easily tell what's going on, and Edgar Wright's pretty much the only director that I can think of who can do fast editing really well. So from a filmmaking standpoint, Hot Fuzz is completely top notch, just like Shaun of the Dead and just like The World's End. And also, just like Shaun of the Dead and The World's End, Hot Fuzz is very, very funny. I find all 3 films in the Cornetto trilogy to be quotable. There's many different quotes that I can think of from those 3 films, but Hot Fuzz I find the most quotable of the 3 films, pretty much because of the accents. The film takes place in the countryside, so it has all the country accents. Statistically, Sanford is the safest village in the country. And because of those accents, for some reason, I just find it a lot more memorable, and there's just lots of quotes in the film to remember by themselves, even without the accents. I mean, what made you want to be a policeman officer? What made you want to be a policeman officer? You ever fired 2 guns whilst jumping through the air? No. Have you fired 1 gun whilst jumping through the air? No. You ever been in a high-speed pursuit? Yes, I have. You ever fired a gun in a high-speed pursuit? No! The way we see it, it's all for the greater good. The greater good. I can't quite do him justice in this video, but it's very, very quotable. Plus, you can also tell this is part of the Cornetto trilogy and it's the same team behind Shaun of the Dead with some of the recurring jokes from Shaun of the Dead. What's the matter, Danny? Never taken a shortcut before? Jumps over all the fences? You want anything from the shop? Cornetto. I just love that stuff. Let's talk about the story. This film actually has an interesting mystery at the heart of it surrounding all these deaths in Sanford. All these deaths are going on and everyone's just saying, oh, calm down, they're just accidents. People have accidents every day. But Angel, being the big cop from the big city, is just not convinced, so he's gonna go and try and bust this thing wide open. And it's really cool seeing him and Danny trying to follow the breadcrumbs and going through all the evidence and just trying to find out what the hell's going on. And when they do find out what's going on, I'm not gonna spoil it in case there's an off chance someone's watching this video who hasn't seen Hot Fuzz. I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm nice like that. But when they do find out what's going on, it is a little bit over the top, but so's the whole film to a degree. But it's still really cool though, and the first time I watched this film I wasn't expecting the reveal to be what it was, so it surprised me in that aspect. But overall, Hot Fuzz is a really great homage to classic cop action movies. I read on the IMDb trivia that Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, when they were writing this film, they actually read a book by Roger Ebert full of movie cliches. They read that book just so they could include as many action movie cliches as possible in Hot Fuzz. Not in a lazy, unoriginal kind of way, but in a homage kind of way. And it really does pay off. You can really feel the love of action movies just pouring off the screen, especially in the last act. You know, when Nicholas and Danny are going into town, shooting everyone up and just doing all the cliche stuff like jumping through the air, firing the guns, doing the high-speed pursuits. You really do feel the love of the action movie genre from the filmmakers and the cast. It really does pay off very well. Plus, it's also really cool seeing Nicholas Angel going from this really focused, constantly on-the-job police officer to embracing all the action cliches and the badassery, like the high-speed pursuits and the gunfights that Danny dreams of from his films. And also, on a quick side note, this film has one of the best deaths I have ever seen in a film.
Alright. Oh, no.
Gruesome, bloody, over the top, but completely awesome. In the end, guys, I love Hot Fuzz. Like I've said throughout the entire video, it's a really good homage to classic action movies. It's well acted. Simon Pegg is really good in this movie, so is Nick Frost. And Timothy Dalton, I love in this film. His smile is just, it's awesome. Like when Nicholas Angel's like interrogating him in that one scene, he's just sat there smiling. I just laugh. I find that really funny. And like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, it's a really good blend of great filmmaking, but also really funny jokes, really quotable dialogue, and just overall a hilarious, enjoyable ride. Hot Fuzz is one of my favourite action comedies of all time, and it being one of my favourite films, of course, Hot Fuzz gets a 5 out of 5. Thank you very much for watching my video on Hot Fuzz. Now, I've just noticed that's 2 out of the 3 films in the Cornetto trilogy that I've reviewed on my channel. I've already reviewed Shaun of the Dead before, but I've yet to review The World's End. However, I do plan on reviewing The World's End this August before Baby Driver comes out. That is Edgar Wright's newest film, so before Baby Driver comes out, look out sometime for The World's End review. But in the meantime, tell me in the comments below, what do you think of Hot Fuzz, and what's your favourite action comedy of all time? Thanks for watching as always, guys, and if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these, and I'll see you all in the next video.